Hello and welcome everyone. If you're new to this channel, then my name is Amit Patel and you are watching Musings with Software Engineer. If you're new, then subscribe to this channel and press the bell icon because on this channel, I share ideas, insight, tools, and tactics that can help you grow from where you are in the software industry to an epic level of success. So if you're new, then subscribe to this channel and press the bell icon. Let us begin. Abir Sarkar, hi Abir, how are you? Sir, I'm not good at coding, but I know almost every topic of programming. Though I clear my basics well, the logic of thinking the code is not coming from my mind. What should I do now? Abir, coding is really a practice actually. Okay. So if you are given a particular function to write, if you're given a certain thing to do, most coding, 80% of programming is just basic programming. Okay, like you are given a function, you are supposed to do certain things within the function. There are four lines. Within those four lines you will be able to do, you are calling this function to do this function to do this function to do this, which is quite easy. 80% of all your programming is very easy. It does not require a lot of logical thinking. If you just have the basic logical thinking of going one by one, step by step, and saying, okay, after this I have to do this, after this I have to do this, after this I have to do this. Okay, then your coding is easy. 80% of your coding is easy. Okay, where does coding become complicated? Coding becomes complicated when you're developing some application like a Google Maps application. Okay, when there are, or you're developing an application for self-driving car. That is where the coding becomes really difficult, where you need a lot of creative juice, where you need a lot of creative abilities. Okay, but 80% with if you say that you know almost every topic on programming, okay, then with those things you will be able to really coast through most of the projects. Okay, and once you get into projects you will realize that most projects, it's all about practice. Okay, you wrote an authentication code for one particular project. For the next project you will write a similar authentication code. Okay, on all on similar concept. Maybe you wrote a authentication code using Java. Now you have to write a authentication code using .NET, but both will be very similar in nature. And if you're done for one, another one you can do it. Okay, so coding as such is not difficult. As such is not difficult. Okay, I don't know if you're watching the White Hat Junior ads, but you can see that they are trying to teach kids to code. My daughter is in fifth standard, okay, and she is developing programs using Scratch. I'm not teaching it to her. Her school is teaching it to her, but she does the practice. Okay, she does practice. One day I was sitting with her, trying to understand what she's learning, and she's already learning programming. She's building all these quiz, and she's building some animation kind of stuff using a programming language called Scratch. Okay, which is taught in her school. Okay, so basic programming, and with that she's able to do a lot of things. So with basic programming you'll be able to do a lot of things. There are complete software applications you can do with just basic programming. Okay, so if you understand this, then you will not have worry. See, most of 99.99% of our worries are only in our mind, they are not real. Okay, I would suggest that just remove those worries, they are not useful. If you get stuck in a project, there are ways to come out of that stuck. There are ways to, you can discuss that with your friend. You can look at how other people are doing that particular code, or you can take up coding tasks which are possible by you, or you can get into programming where mostly you are working on the front end side, where You don't have you are more concerned about the look and feel of the project than the back end of the project. So all those things you can do, correct? But you do just need 80%. 80% you need is basic programming knowledge. Okay, only 20% very high level programming, which most of the engineers don't get to work on. Okay, even if you are in a product company, it will be very small thing. One more thing you need to remember is that, see, any company, for example, let's say Netflix. Okay, Netflix is one big application. Now Netflix will have, I don't know how many projects, 20, 30, 100 projects, software projects must be going on in Netflix. Different features, different. So at a time, one software engineer is getting a very small part of the project. Okay. So in one day, you're not building a Netflix like application. You will be doing like 1/100th of a small part within Netflix. Okay, maybe there is a button you have to put on Netflix. When you press the button, this is what should happen, and there is already some instructions given that this is exactly what should happen, and somebody has already written some part of it, and you just have to integrate that part within your system. Okay, so most programming, most coding is like that. Most coding is not like complicated coding. Okay, so that is why I say that get into a job, you will understand that all the worries that you have at this moment, how am I going to become a good programmer and all this will go away, because you will realize that it's much easier than you think. Okay, I hope that works for you, Abir Sarkar. I hope you enjoyed this session. If you think you are not getting the right salary or promotions, you can get the link to my How to Become an A Player course in the description. Thank you very much. Stay focused, stay rich, and see you in the next live.